Joining us now, the man responsible ultimately for the Vikings franchise, head coach, third year, Kevin O'Connell. Coach, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. Good morning to you. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, great to have you. And I want to start with that great shot of you kind of up against the wall, a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a smirk, taking it all in. What are you thinking as you're watching what you've created play out in front of you?
Well, first and foremost, I tried to get as close to the wall, thinking there'd be no way they could get me in the shot, but they somehow got me there. I'll tell you what, though, Mike, it there was a lot of emotion in that moment. We put so much into this. To see not only just Sam and how his teammates received him when he came in, from speaking with Tom Brady after the game, and we were waiting on him for a few minutes. I was getting ready to shut the locker room doors and get on with the post game, but we had to wait for the guy that had a huge part in getting us there. But it's just the feeling, Devin. I'm sure you remember from a lot of the great teams you were on, when you do put so much into it, and it is a grind of a season, and all you're asking for is to put yourself in a position to play for something. And for us, it's playing for a whole heck of a lot here in week 18, our 17th game, against a rival in the division for really what more can you possibly ask for? But it's the little moments that lead up to that big one, Mike, that can kind of catch you sometimes. As a coach, you don't let yourself feel those big moments a lot because there's so many things that go into it. But in that moment, I did, and it was a huge moment for all of us.
Man, we got to get Sam to learn how to tell a goat, hey, I got to go get to the locker room celebration. Don't hold me up too much. But no, I agree 100% of that feeling in the locker room. I remember when 2016 Tom came off suspension and we won in Cleveland. You were just so happy for him getting back with the team. Can you just talk a little bit about how Sam has improved and how much he's helped this team go on down the stretch?
Yeah, I think for Sam, when this whole journey first started, really on day one, even going back to, my initial conversations with him when we signed him, we had a vision for him. We had a vision for how he would play in our system. We were excited about the talent that we knew he had. I've known Sam for a long time, and I really enjoyed kind of watching his progression through, from really high school to college to the professional ranks, and knowing the journey he had been on, and kind of the unique journey that each quarterback goes on. What I asked of him, Devin, was just a day by day, constant chase of improvement, and building a comfort and a rapport within our building, with his teammates in that huddle, with the guys on offense. And then maybe most importantly, just I love building relationships with quarterbacks, and I love, being in the fight with them. Sometimes, I think they're probably wishing that they would stop hearing my voice with as much as they probably hear it in that helmet. But I just love being right there with them in the fight, and that's as close as I'll ever get. And that's probably best for everybody, to be honest with you. But I'm just so proud of him. He's gotten so consistent in his day to day. I mean, I could probably tell you where he is right now, on his Tuesday routine based. He's, just totally hit it off with Josh McCown and Grant Udinsky in our quarterback room. And he's walking a little different. He's got a little bit of that swagger to him, like, all that hard work is making him feel like he's in a position to continue to play well. And that's the expectation with how he's performed this year.
Coach, going into the season, you're in a division with the Lions, who made it to the NFC Championship, the Packers, who got to the division around, the Bears with all the hype, and Caleb Williams. Most people looked at the Vikings and thought, we really don't know what they're going to be this year. When did the light go on for you that you might have something special this year?
Yeah, I can remember, Mike. I think it might have been, maybe it was during the ramp up period, the first couple days. I remember standing with Harrison Smith. It was about his 100th training camp. So, he's standing off to the side, and him and I are kind of watching maybe a special teams period going on. And I remember saying to him, I think we got a chance to be pretty good. What do you think? And he kind of looked at me and said, I totally agree. I think we've got everything we need right here, and let's see how training camp goes. And my message from day one was for us to truly reach our potential, regardless of it's in this day and age, it's impossible to not hear, hey, win projections and expectations and this team and that team, and nobody was really talking about us, and probably rightly so with our division being what it is and ended up being this year with how well, obviously, Detroit to be expected has played, and Green Bay had a fantastic year as well. Didn't expect a whole lot of people to kind of put us in that group maybe at the beginning of the year, but I thought it'd be possible if we just got better. Things came together. We were very calculated in who we brought to this team, the type of player, the type of mentality that they would have. We wanted to really bring guys here that were smart, tough, love football, love being great teammates, because what we've built here, I do believe that those players tend to thrive. And when you get enough of those guys in that locker room with the leadership and the players we already had in it, I thought it'd be very much possible for us to have success. And then if we built it the right way, in that darkness when there was no light shining on this team at all, I think those teams can be dangerous when they're forged in kind of the background, and you just keep on preparing, keep on growing. And now we get an opportunity to play on, in the big stage and the bright lights on Sunday Night Football to finish the season.
And everybody is seeing how dangerous you guys are. I got to be on the practice field and see you guys when you played Indianapolis on a Sunday night. The looseness, the laughs, the jokes, like big game coming up, but everyone was kind of calm and ready to go and having fun. How do you continue to create and keep that environment as you go into this game Sunday night and even these bigger games as you enter the playoffs?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, Devin, for me is what I wanted to build first here when I arrived to this building was a place where we were competitive. We were trying to push each other, push the guy next to you to be the best version of himself for not any selfish reasons other than for the guy next to you. And with that became a true goal of building a culture here where guys wanted to be a part of it. When they leave at the end of a long day, they can't wait to get back here the next day, and they can't really figure out why other than they love being Minnesota Vikings. So that's kind of the starting point of everything we do. But then I try to build something week in and week out, and part of that 1-0 mentality that I know is a cliche amongst coaches, but the reason why it matters here is we really laser focus into how to win each and every football game we play. They're all different. They're all one of one. Every team provides challenges that you've got to really figure out how you're going to win the game, what it's going to take to win the game. You got to talk to your team about those things. And that's part of the preparation going right alongside it with the X's and O's and the plays and the coverages and what your opponent's going to do. But as you systematically do that throughout the week, prepare for situational football that may come about, during the course of a long season. I want guys by the time that Saturday comes around to be totally locked and loaded and confident because of that preparation, so that great players and talented players are at their best when they're just playing fast and letting it rip. And you can do that by what you do leading into those moments. And this team's really been built on that and been at our best because of those moments that take place long before we ever get to those games. And I'm glad you got a chance to see that, because that's our team in its purest form, and that's what we're going to be. We ain't changing now.
Last year, you played the Lions twice, just a couple of weeks apart. This year, an 11-week break. What's your biggest takeaway from the first game, and is it even relevant? Because 11 weeks may as well be an eternity in a football season.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. Teams morph and change throughout the year. I think the best teams kind of figure out their identity and stay true to that. And the team we're playing, Detroit, they know their identity. They know who they are. I think Dan's done a phenomenal job building that up, and they're a fantastic football team. But I would say I think we know who we are as well. And I think that's been something that's been the identity of this team long before the wins. And The success kind of came our way. It was very important to build that identity and that core kind of foundation to who we are. I also think we're a different team on the field as well. We haven't had many instances over the past few years where we really have all of our offensive weapons on the field at the same time, from TJ Hawkinson joining, obviously Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor coming off of a big performance the other night, Aaron Jones and Cam Akers doing their thing. So when I look at our offense, I know we've really just recently felt like we've truly had this thing come together with the original vision that we had for it. And obviously with the quarterback playing as well as he is, it's a real bonus because, he's been so consistent. He's the driving force behind everything that we do. And then defensively, Brian Flores and that group, every time they take the field, I just love watching them play because they play to that identity each and every Sunday. He's done a phenomenal job. So I think we're going to see two teams that are playing their best football as December has just ended as of today. And on to January we go. What a challenge Sunday night. Can't wait to get after it with my guys.
Well, we'll all be there. We can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see the game. Kevin, thanks so much for some of your time. We know it's a busy week. Congratulations on the success so far. Good luck Sunday night. We hope to talk to you again down the road.
Yep,
yeah, appreciate it, guys.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.